Mr. Angelo Capolo. A big applause for him, please. Angelo.
Calimera. It's incredible. I mean, after all this time we are here with you in Pειραιά, also with the ship that we desire, you know, how much we talk about this project, how much we talk about having a home porting a ship here and doing looking forward, doing with the strategy, not just reacting about the situation. We know that we did it before all these strange, incredible 2 years that we have, I hope, behind our shoulder. And then we are here, and we will start a wonderful season together with you with an incredible ship, even if it's not the youngest one, but is always a very pretty ship. You will, I hope that we will enjoy. I'll leave you. We'll start with a small video, and then we start our presentation. Sorry if we go back a little bit in these 2 years, because I think that is quite important, because this creates a different way of approaching our job. When we are working in this company specifically, I have a different experience before joining 6 years ago these incredible families, and I have to tell you that the way and the first day when we had the crisis room was Mr. Aponte and Kiko Vago. They say specifically what was one of the first words that they say, and they say we need to create the safer place where our customer can experience the holidays, and this was done. And even if we are smaller than our main competitors, we did very well. We was the first one. We put in place, we invest a lot, and when in the end we did it, and you, as I guess all of you know, we was the first company that restart with the ship in the Med, with MSC Grandiosa in August 2020. So it was an incredible journey, still an incredible journey. And you cannot imagine how much of my time I took in the last 2-3 months discussing more about procedure, protocol, talking with the Ministry of Israel, try to understand how to manage, because they don't know anything about what was the experience of this company. But I think that it's quite important to mention the fact that we are here because we started some time ago, in August, as I say, 2020. Because we invest, we lose money. Last 2 years was a very difficult period. We are lucky because we are part of a big company, big group. We have a cargo that give us the possibility to keep ongoing all our investment. It is quite, we are lucky, as I said, compared to other cruise companies that are investing. They have all the assets in the tourism industry, and you will see that even if was an incredible, difficult period, we launched 2 ships. We take 2 ships, new ships in the last year, and we also develop a new destination during the winter. And apart from the fact that we was the first company to start, we are also the company that bring on the water more shipping during the winter. And it's not only a question of quantity, it's also a question of complexity, because we put ships in all our destinations. In every single area that we suppose to have our deployment before, we was able to manage the complexity. And on this winter, we put on the water and we bring passenger with the 13 different ships. So that's, I think, very important to mention. Now we are today in the starting of the summer period, and summer period for us means all the fleet back. So we will have all the ships up and running, so 19 ships for the moment, and this ship today starts their summer. They was docked for a long period. Now is the first day after all the pandemic moment. So that's why it's something that touch our heart, because it's a restart also for this wonderful lady. So there will be the 16 ships, and then we will have other 3 that we start during the months of May. As I said before, this is part of our DNA, and what we did was managing all the complexity. As you can imagine, how it's difficult to bring a passenger that comes from every part of the world, and managing their different rules in the different place where we go, and touching and calling different countries on the same itinerary, like the one that we are experiencing today. We will have Greece, we will have Turkey, then Israel, Cyprus, and back to Greece. And all the different countries have a different approach, a different moment of the pandemic situation. So it's quite difficult, but this is the number we bring. So 46 different countries where we go with our ship during the winter, and we welcome more than 1 million guests. And I have to thank all of you, because you are contributing, you trust in us, and I believe that we give you the chance also to sell something, to look at the futures, and this is something that you give us back, and I have to thank you very much for that. Thank you again. And because you are part of the 160 different nationalities that we will bring on board during this period. So as you can imagine, 160 nationalities, 46 different countries, all crossed together. It was a really huge job that we did. As I said, this this period didn't change anything about our strategy for the future. Our strategy for the future. So we confirm all our plan, and the good things that we also keep on going with all the different prototype that we put in place. You know, I guess that you know the Meraviglia class. We increase the dimension, and we also change, thanks to the feedback that we receive from the customer, and we change a little bit the prototype, moving to Meraviglia Plus. Then the Seaside is a completely different concept with a lot of outside space. I just repeat for the one that know very well, but much better than me. And then the last but not least, that will take part of our fleet in the end of this year, the World Class. The World Class is an incredible experience. I don't want to talk a lot about that because we will have time. We will celebrate. We will celebrate for sure. The ship will be delivered in end of October, and we will have the ship in the Med. Then the ship will go to Doha, and we will have the celebration of the christening there. But together with you, we will have a possibility to visit and to enjoy this wonderful new prototype along the end of October. And these are the plan. As you can imagine, this brings us also the incredible growth in terms of number of passengers that we need to source in the different areas. And that's why, as I said a lot of time to all of you, I know a lot of your faces. And I always say the same. So for us, these countries, all these countries, I'm responsible for around 55 different countries that represent the biggest market for MSC. If you put all the markets together, they are representing the biggest one. This is quite different from the others, because for us, this area are absolutely strategic for us. So we design, we think about these areas, Greece, Cyprus, Turkey, all the places we have in that is not quite important for other cruise line. We look at this in a different manner, because with the growth that we'll have in front of us, we need to have a big growth coming from the different areas, and also the way we are working and the wonderful job that our crew, our people on board are doing is really represent what we are, our DNA. So a multicultural company, even inside. And we are trying to transfer this to all our guests when they are on board. So this is just to give you an idea about the future. Now, more or less, we are in a normal year when the ships are all full. We are around 2,500,000 passengers. We will achieve with this increase of capacity around 7 million. So this is the growth that we have in front of us. So it's not only focusing in US, focusing in France, but it's really focusing in every single country where we are present, where you are representing us. So Piraeus was a project. When I talked the first time with Gianni Norato, we have a long work experience together, because we was before in another company, and his word was, "You are crazy. Piraeus as a port, it's very difficult to manage, to fulfill the ships." But the approach is not only, as you can imagine, Greece is not a big market for the time being. I hope it will be bigger in the next years, also thanks to this kind of product. But it's a question of also finding alternative solution for the East Med. When we look at the East Med, when we look at all the restrictions we have in Venice, and the alternative solution like Trieste, the other port like that, there are no other ports with the huge potential that Piraeus has. No others. Maybe now Istanbul, because they're investing a lot. They do a wonderful, Galata port is very nice, but Turkey is not a stable country. It's very difficult to look at in the long distance. And so for us, Piraeus is a way to think, to expand these areas, to start to put a bigger ship. This is the first one. It's up to you. It's up to you, it's up to all other countries that are able to embark in Piraeus and having an incredible itineraries. Not only starting from the south, from Greece, you can have. Because having in the same itinerary place like your wonderful island, Athens, that is yesterday when I arrived, I see the Acropolis, and it's always, like the first time, it's an incredible experience. So Athens, the Turkish coast, Cyprus, Israel, and you cannot do with the ship starting from the north of Italy. So that's an incredible opportunity for us, it's an incredible opportunity for you, and this is just the start. Lyrica is just the start. It's the smaller one of the smaller ships we have, then it's up to you. Help us to take a decision to increase our capacity in our offer here. Greece for us, I don't want to mention a lot, is one of the most important area in terms of destination. Is the most loved place for our guests coming from every part of the world. And we are going to intensify our presence. We will have 5 ships, 4 of 5 ships are in the East Med. We call one destination in Greece for all the summer season. And talking about Lyrica in particular, I spoiled the next slide. No, the Lyrica in particular, they will be on porting in Piraeus. Unfortunately for this year, we will have much less support from long-haul countries like US, like Australia, that love to come here. But we see an incredible response in terms of number of passengers and interest. So it's the best in terms of occupancy for us right now. Lyrica is the best as a ratio compared with the full capacity. Much better than all the other ships in the Med. And this is the result of your part of the job, but also of the wonderful itinerary that we was able to deploy here. And as because we are a little bit different in the approach, we are looking at the different countries, this is just the start. I was promised you some years ago, and I try all the time to keep my promise. So we are here. We are here with this wonderful ship, this wonderful lady. But next year, we already decided to increase our capacity. So next year, the ship that will have this itinerary will be MSC Lyrica. And that means a younger ship, a bigger ship, because we will have 283 cabins more to sell. And this is again the second steps. And as I said, with the kind of itinerary we are deploying from out of Piraeus, there are no limits in terms of dimension. Maybe World Europa is not possible to bring in some of the places where we go with this itinerary, but this is a huge opportunity that we have here, that you have here. So Musica will be the ship for next year. We need to concentrate on Lyrica because Lyrica is the first step. As I said before, we will never have a 19 ship back on the water in summer without having the 13 ship in winter. You will never. The reason why we are focusing, we are stressing a lot to have all the deployment open during the winter period was to keep ongoing our relation and our learning to deal with this terrible pandemic that we have, unfortunately, a little bit less power in this moment. So, we open a new destination, as I said, we open during the winter Red Sea, we open during the winter North Europe. So, beside
a difficult moment, there is always an opportunity, and be part of a company, a family company, where the decision is taken in 3 seconds, it's much better. When there is a lot of possibility to invest and to reinvest, is even much better, and we are taking all the advantages. You know, the approach and the other way of looking at the business of our owner, Mr. Aponte, is we play and we want to be the first. And when we say that in the cargo, a lot of big companies laugh at us. A small family company in Switzerland, Bern in Sorrento. Now we are the first one. Last year, MSC Cargo represented the biggest cargo company in the world. So we took over the first position from Maersk, that is a giant. And the way of looking at the future is the same also for the cruise. So we are here to be the leader. We are already the leader in some of the areas. We are trying to do things properly. You know, sometimes I receive a lot of complaint from you about how we manage the restriction, that we was more strict with insurance, all the other stuff compared to our competitors. But the answer is that we have our ship that's working now. We never stop along these 2 years because our protocol seems to work so very well. Okay, so Musica, prepare your have a wonderful holiday during this year, because next year will be a nightmare for all of you, because you need to help me to fulfill this ship. So please concentrate, big concentration on Lyrica, and look what is the possibility we have also for Musica. That will have, I forget to mention, a little bit different itineraries, because we will add Santorini. The ship will start Sunday from Piraeus. We will add Santorini the second day, so Monday. Then the ship will have the same itineraries, and we will have Mykonos the day, the last day before coming back in Athens, in Piraeus. So we will have one port less, roads less, but Santorini and Mykonos on the same itinerary. So it will be even better with overnight in Mykonos. So I will try to go very fast on that part. You know, this ship is small compared to the others, but have all the facilities that we have in all our ships. So this ship is the oldest one, but was completely refit. We expand the ship, so we invest a lot in the refitting. In 2014, if I'm not wrong, 13 or 14, I don't remember anymore. And then we expanded the areas of for the music and dance. It's quite high, big. We have our area for the children, together with the Kiko, Lego, and Amco. And there is all the entertainment possible on this ship. So your guest will have a lot of fun with the theater where you are, live entertainment, and we will have also a new 4 original theatrical production. So it's small, but as I said before, it's one of my favorite ones. That's why I was pushing a lot to have Lyrica within the Lyrica class, because it's my favorite. Where we go? Then we also try to improve a little bit all the activity on board in order to welcome in the best way possible your customer. So these are the kind of activity we are trying to focus on. So we will have a Greek hostess in the hospitality desk. We will have a Greek tour guide that will be available specifically for Kusadasi and for Haifa. And we also adapt, thanks also to all the suggestions we receive from our partners. We also adjust the dining experience, give you a little bit of glance of what you love, that I love too, of the Greek food. And then also the main ship announcement will be in Greek. So we try to improve as much as we can the experience, also for the one that have some barriers about the languages. So is a learning process again. That will be maybe not perfect for the first departures. So beg our pardon for that, but we are very good to learn. And we learn every single cruise, every single second, because we listen to our guests, we listen to the feedback, so, and we are trying to adjust everything. So I already start to apologize if everything will be not perfect for the first day, but I promise you that after we are very quick to learn, so this will be absolutely perfect for your guests along the way. But again, this is not a Greek company. We want to keep this. We want to keep this multinational atmosphere. This is our biggest difference compared to the others, because all the countries, all the cultures, all the language fit together, and this is unique. There are no other cruise lines that have the same approach. Because of the fact that our customer comes from every part of the world. You see before, even with the pandemic, we had 160 different nationalities on board. People that live in different areas with different cultures. And every one of them live the same experience. They are not looking the others enjoy, like maybe sometimes happen on the US kind of cruise atmosphere. Because there is a lot of specific countries like Italian, like France, like French, like Americas. Here is not the case. It's not. As I said before, the biggest market for us is you, altogether. So I think that's the big advantage. That's why every time we are moving, we are enlarging, we are developing markets. We are trying always to give a touch, to find a way to welcome in the best way possible the different cultures, because it's quite important. When you go around and you find your wine, your Italian wine, in my case, I'm very happy, and I guess that is the same also for you when you find the Greek salad or souvlaki or other wonderful food that you have. But the rest is us, is the world, is what we represent. I don't know if I'm finished, because sometimes, okay, the itinerary is the one that I already mentioned before. So it's an incredible itinerary, and that's why I was also able to convince the company to increase the capacity for the next year, because we see an incredible result already now, even if we are not in the best moment, and specifically working with and designing the protocol with Israel was not easy, I can promise you. Okay, thank you very much, and enjoy what you can enjoy in these few hours. And the ship is here, so you can arrange all the visits, but please show this product, because I know that there is a huge potential in Greece. I know very well there is a lot of cruise lovers, but they are thinking about cruise in a different way. We are different from other cruise line, local cruise line. We are different from our main competitors, even if they are bigger than us. We are completely different, and the reason why we are different is because of you. Thank you very much again.
No dancing. Where is the famous
I
song?
don't know, Luisa should not bring me my music.
How did this happen? I thought I came here for the dance. Μαζί
My daughter is in studied there. The London, they decide what happens there. There's another work. I went there 2 weeks ago, visit there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
We started with the 499.
Πρόσεξε, μην χτίσει μέσα από το πώς είναι να σε κάνω, το καπούρο κάνω.
Θανάση. Sorry.